up, y'all? Um, y'all about to just vibe out to these StreamYard tunes for a second, cause I'm trying to fix something right quick, trying to locate something right quick, and I'm hungry as fuck. It's been a long day at work. What up, Dre? Yeah, there we go. That's what I was kind of looking for. Here we go. Yeah, there it is. Come on, what is this one? Um, there we go. Okay, there. I was just trying to organize some stuff, man, because it's been a long day. But appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Episode 111 of Sucio Sports, presented by Dubby Energy. I am your host, El Capitan. Yeah. Um, I'm Jermaine. That's what I was trying to say. I got distracted because somebody had texted me something. And I have to read it to make sure I'm reading what I'm reading. Without whatever. Anyway, glad y'all rocking with us. Glad y'all tuning in, whether it's on Twitter or on YouTube, either one. Appreciate you for rocking with us as always. Um, Real quick though, it's gonna be some changes coming to the show soon. Um, Day, time, format. I don't. There's gonna be a bunch of stuff changing because my schedule is about to change and stuff at work, and Wednesday at 8:30 don't look like it's gonna really rock with us no more. Or 9:30 if you're on the East Coast, 6:30 if you're on the West Coast, 7:30 if you're in the mountains. But nah, we gonna have to rearrange some stuff. We're gonna have to do something. Uh, so whatever that look like, we're gonna keep y'all posted. But expect some changes. It could be as early as next week's episode. I'm not even sure, but we will keep y'all posted. Follow the Twitter account at Sucio Sports. That's sports with a Z. Um, and we'll be sure to make the announcement. And you can follow me, follow Keys. Like I make it easy for y'all because I put it like right there. No, I put it right there for you, just to make it real easy, real simple. Um, but yeah, man, like I knew this was gonna happen. I should have said something maybe last week or so, but I forgot because I was on one from the beginning of the show last week. But anyway, nah, man. Just wanted to let y'all know, keep y'all posted. As always, if you follow us on, it was really the easiest because Twitter's been acting janky lately. But if you follow us on YouTube, you subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell, hit the noti button, and that way, whenever we go live or we post a video or some whatever it is, you will get a notification on your device, and that will let you know when we're there. Same thing on the Twitter account. Um, a lot of the times, I try to make sure I get information out there as quickly as possible. Sometimes it's right within a minute or a few seconds of Shams or Adam Schefter or whoever the hell posting it. Sometimes it's later than that, but I try to get y'all at like all the pertinent stuff, and I don't try to be fanboy homerish because y'all know that ain't my thing. But we I try to get it out there as quickly as possible, and all the important stuff out there as possible. And if you have a question or something, the interaction or whatever, add us, let us know. Like we don't mind interacting with people, and talking, answering questions and stuff like that, because it's not just for the chat here while we do the show. I mean, you got 24/7, 365 access through the Twitter account. So we try to make sure it's as interactive as possible. Don't be mad if we ain't following you or we don't follow you back or we don't retweet your stuff or whatever. Like, don't be weird. It's just social media. It's not like this, rules or anything like that. Like, but yeah, we just try to be as interactive as possible. But yeah, there's definitely gonna be some changes coming soon. Like I said, if you follow us on the Twitter, we'll definitely keep you posted. But if you subscribe and hit the notification button on the YouTube, you'll always get that notification. The stuff I was looking for was like the NFL free agency, like the list and rankings and stuff like that. Kind of like how I was talking about last week. Well, because we've had some more guys that have been, put out there, guys are being added to the list, changing, so on and so forth. So there's some people out there, man, that like one in particular, Trey Hendrickson, as an edge rusher, man, a guy who's led the league in sacks and whatnot. What's up, man? What up, Templar? Like a guy who's led the league in sacks and has that type of edge rush potential. That's somebody that he's probably going to command, upwards of 30 million a year. Will he get in that 40, 45 range that some of these guys have recently gotten to hoop? I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if something was like 3 years, 120 that was out there for him. But I mean, we'll wait and see what the market says, because the thing is, the market is going to set itself where they value him, and because he's going to be 31 going into next season, you sometimes wonder how much does he have left. Anytime a guy gets on the other side of 30, especially a football player, who's played several years in the league at a very high level, you wondering, okay, when is that, Mother Nature, Father Time going to start to kind of catch up with him, right? Hard to tell that his production hasn't really fell off, except last year when he was hurt for most of the season. But when he's healthy, he's proven to be pretty damn productive. So that'll be something to look into. Guys like Tariq Hill, he's going to be 32, coming off of a debilitating injury, but still one of the most game-breaking wide receivers out there. They're actually saying that on Spot Track, Trey Hendrickson's market value is roughly about 25 million. I mean, kind of surprised, not too surprised. I mean, you got guys like a Jawan Taylor, who was just announced to be cut by the Chiefs. Debo Samuel is out there to help someone. Brayton Smith, Jonah Williams. I mean, there's some decent talent out there that's younger. that has some, probably has some life left in this league, and then there's some guys that's a little bit longer in the tooth that probably has some good time left on them as well. But you just never know because sometimes the market will look different depending on what guys are really looking at and what are the offers that's being put out there. And then you get teams that's starting to compete. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends. Dre says I'm interested to see how free agency moves teams in terms of the draft. Now, see, that's the thing that I always tell people to watch out for is that you're not gonna always know what a team is gonna draft until really you look at free agency because sometimes there's guys that you may not have thought you would land in free agency that you end up landing, and you like, wait a minute, he fits this set specific need that we have and that we can just plug and play here and we don't have to really draft for this position because we found somebody to fit this hole that we have that can fill that hole for the next 2, 3, 4 years at a decent price. So it's sometimes, man, like the draft can be affected by free agency, but it depends on the team and the position that they're looking at. Now, one thing I will say though, Keeson came in, his mic still muted.
Oh no, I know. I was letting you talk. I was vibing to
Oh,
this
oh,
background music. I'm just like,
bro, I be forgetting where it's at, and then I finally remembered. But no, like,
anyway.
there's gonna be some people that every year there's players that get signed by teams, and teams and the fan base is like, why are they doing this? Why can't we just do this? The funniest one is, why are we signing this running back? Why don't we draft one? What if they want to sign one and draft one? Like, because you signed this 28, 29-year-old free agent doesn't prohibit you from drafting a guy at the same position. If you're going to improve that position and improve that room, add to your depth chart and your coaching staff has a plan for everything that's unfolded, then yeah, go ahead and do it. There's nothing that's saying that a team can't draft a player at a position where they've signed a decent free agent.
I'm not gonna lie. I hate the age thing personally because it's stupid. Um, I get. I don't know. I look at sports so different nowadays than I used to. Like back in the day, I guess age mattered, but nowadays with new technology and all of this other stuff, age don't mean nothing because 30-year-old players are playing like they 22 again or 23. Like we see Saquon still running, and people was talking about that's another thing, injuries. I get it, and injuries can definitely factor into something when people are. I don't know. I watched the combine last week and sitting listening to some of these analysts, I hate it. I actually hate the combine. Like personally, the combine is stupid because just because a quarterback or somebody can't run a 40 as fast as you want them to quote unquote run it, but then that just don't matter once you get in the game. That game speed and that combine bullshit don't mean nothing when you get it. It just reminds me, and more, I know we have our black players, our white players, our Spanish players, and I'm not trying to be racial or political right now, but that shit just remind me of slavery, bro. Like just he weighed this much, he can run this fast, and he can throw this hard. It's stupid, yeah. Because if you watch them all season like you should have been doing, if you watch the game tape, the in-game physical tape of what, that's why so many players skip the combine because they like, bro, did you not watch me all season? Have you not watched me the last 2 or 3 years? Because if you haven't, that's your fault. And clearly your team is not where I need to be because you're not doing your correct job. Like that's where I be at with it. It's I don't know. I hate the combine. But free agency is heating up and free agency is gonna be fun. There's some names out there. There's some names. David Njoku, We're seeing Stephon Diggs just is going to be released as of Monday. That's an interesting one because of the legal stuff. More or less is why they're probably releasing him. Because when I look at the Patriots, that's one of those ones that didn't make sense to me. But I think because of all of his off the field trouble, and you know how the Patriots are, they like a clean, no matter, even though the Belichick era is over, it's still the same franchise. Like we like it squeaky clean over here. We don't like all this media attention. We don't like the cops. Like we'd rather just get rid of you, and whatever we got to pay you, we'll pay you to get for you just not to be here. So he's going to be interesting because I see him coming home. I see Washington or the Ravens being a really good place for him, especially the Ravens with them not having a wide receiver one. I'm sure they're going to draft. They may draft somebody, but I really like him to the Ravens.
My thing is with Diggs, you gotta. He what 33 now?
Is he done old?
Yeah, he's 33 now. I mean, he was okay, productive last year, and the year before he looked okay before he got hurt.
Coming off the injury,
right?
Yeah.
But it's like you weren't like that explosive or like that. You know what happened?
Oh, he'll be 33 in November. So
yeah, in November.
Okay.
But I'm saying though, like I know you said you don't like age, and sometimes it plays a factor into certain things. In a situation like this, like you were injured the year before, and you came off this injury, and you looked okay last year. But do I think you're gonna keep being able to replicate that going forward?
He might
not find
he,
somebody who can do what you do for cheaper, younger. Yeah,
I mean, you can still go, but would you say when I first got in here before I came up, you said you can go do that while you can still draft somebody at the same time. Mm-hmm. So I mean, they could still. I could see him going to a Washington with a Terry McLaurin, and the only thing with Washington, they don't have any other receivers outside of McLaurin. Because 9 times out of 10, I don't think they're gonna. They got until Monday to figure out what they're gonna do with Debo, if they're gonna offer or not, and then if they don't, like everybody else, as of Monday, he'll be a free agent.
A lot of the places.
Debo's interesting.
A lot of
Debo's interesting
as a free agent because they feel like it's a done deal. But
I think it is too.
Another thing on Diggs, that $20-something million cap number also made him expensive.
Oh no, I'm sure. And then, like I said, the off the field shit don't help.
And
it's New England. New England, like I said, New England ain't changed since with new, new head coach or whatever. It's still the same owners. It's still the same, mantra that it's always been. The owner is the only one that can get the media attention. He's the only one that can get the cops around. Everybody else, we need you to stay squeaky clean around here. So, it was that David Montgomery trade. We were talking. Me and Quan was talking about this earlier, and I actually understand the trade. While some people didn't, and they were kind of like, "Huh?" I understood it from two different sides: from a business side and a personal side. From a personal side, I understood it because you have 2 running backs, and both are number ones. Of course, David Montgomery is still a clear number 1 back, even though the last, would you say 2 seasons? I know last season for sure. His productivity and everything was dialed back a lot because Gibbs was featured a lot more and he really stepped out to be that sole number 1 back. But Montgomery going to Houston is dope because they don't have a number 1 back. They don't have, even though I really like the young boy from USC,
Woody Marks.
Yeah, I like Woody Marks. I don't know if Woody could be a number 1, but I think Woody with a Montgomery is a nice 1-2 tandem. And then it opens up for the Lions to draft or bring in somebody else to help out with Gibbs. But I looked at it more from a personal standpoint of they really rock with Montgomery and they don't want to hold him back. I'm sure there was a financial piece to it too.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of felt it was more of a, hey, we're gonna send you somewhere where you could be the starting back and you can really shine. And you're not in our division, so we ain't got to worry about seeing you or in the
Yeah.
NFC.
The
you
biggest
know,
thing with them was like they needed cap space because they got to try to re-sign Gibbs. They got to try to
that
retool
too.
that offensive line. You know, they got guys that they got to pay. And it's one of those things where having a David Montgomery had become a luxury because of the way Gibbs has been playing. And so it's like, okay, we can't find somebody to replicate what you did production wise, but we can find somebody to help out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why don't we get something for this guy um instead of missing, something. So
Yeah.
I like it. I like it as far as what both teams did.
Yeah.
Um
It was a good trade on both sides, in my opinion.
yeah, Montgomery's
That
a solid pickup, but after trading Titus yeah, it's gonna be okay because I mean
yeah.
Titus Howard was outplayed by Trent Brown last year at right tackle. They bumped him inside the guard because they needed the depth, and he wasn't gonna beat out Trent Brown at right tackle. So you're
Nope.
not gonna pay a guy $20 million to be a utility lineman.
Nope.
That's just not
Because they
feasible.
sent
So trade him and
because
get
they
something
sent him
for
to the Chiefs, right?
him. Who did
Was
they
it the
trade Titus
Chiefs?
Howard to? I think who was it? No, the Browns. The Browns. It was
That's
the
what it was.
Browns.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
The
because
Browns.
I saw you when you that was a great pickup for the Browns because they need O
They
line
need
help.
O line help. Exactly.
Bad.
And it's what I'm
Bad.
saying. So it's like
Blockbuster today was crazy too.
but here's the thing. You're gonna get stuff like that nowadays because more and more GMs are seeing that, hey, listen, I'll take a chance on the guy and make a trade for him. Or I'll take a chance and try to rebuild our roster by trading away a decent piece to get another piece back.
Because let me tell you, that Chiefs and Rams one, it was so even that I don't think while everybody was kind of that was another one where people were like shocked,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't look at both sides of the trade and look at it like the Chiefs just got picked 9 and 29. Well, they got 9 and they picked up 29.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking like they may take Love at 9 if he's still there. And then they can go get another corner at 29 because this draft is so deep. They can replace McDuffie in a sense or try to at 29. Then you got the Rams still with their pick at I think like 18 or 19 that they got from Atlanta. So while they gave up their first round, they kept the first round pick that they got from Atlanta. So they got McDuffie and kept a first, still have a really good first round pick. Sorry. Um, so it's a win-win on both sides, to be honest. And they come up off that, and the Chiefs are coming up off that McDuffie contract while they're trying to add more pieces, re-sign. So it was definitely a win-win on both sides. That secondary was something that the Rams needed help
Rams
with.
got 13.
It's 13. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's 13.
Either way, they gave up 29 and still got 13. So
Mm-hmm. You
Chiefs
shore up,
get to
you shore up your defensive backfield. You still got
yep,
an earlier first round pick to help you rebuild your roster.
definitely probably going to get another wide receiver at 13, more
And
than
and
likely.
it's like
So
there's so many options on the table for a team like that who was within the game of the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like these first 3 rounds of the draft is really deep from what I've seen. Like
Now, one thing
the
with the
first,
Chiefs, that pick at 9, I've
they
been
can go a lot of
seeing
different ways with it.
I've been seeing
I
the
think
corner
Carnell
from LSU.
Tate,
Yeah, I've been
yeah,
seeing the corner from LSU, Mansour Delane, slip some. So he might be there at 9 when they pick.
but I saw somebody else. It was a draft. It was a mock draft I was looking at. It was an official one, and it was somebody taking Mansour after them because it had them
Hmm.
taking Carnell Tate, but it had
Right,
Mansour going like
right.
10 or 11 or something like that.
Yeah,
So
I've seen difference, but the thing is like one thing
they
that
can
I
go a
really
lot. I love about the Chiefs. They can really go with at 9. They can go in so many different directions, and it's kind of like what we seen the last 2 years in it with their draft. It's just them getting richer. Like, the rich keep getting richer.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I like what I saw with the Carnell Tate. I like the Mansour. I think you had a Jeremiah Love. That offense is back. They haven't had a back like that since I can't even think. It's been years.
The last time I remember the Chiefs having a real like do it all home run hitting back was Priest Holmes.
Yeah, and I don't think they've had one since Priest.
No.
Now
I'm
that
sorry, Jamal Charles. Jamal Charles. My bad. Jamal Charles. That's
yeah,
what I was thinking about.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
Jamal Charles. But
So and they need
like
that. That run game was part of their problem this year.
yeah, and the thing is when you have a Mahomes, he can hide only so much.
Kareem
You
Hunt the
can have
first
a
time there.
Mahomes,
Oh yeah,
you can have a
yeah.
Brady, you can have a Peyton Manning, you can have a Drew Brees, but they can only hide so much.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need other pieces around those guys and to help those guys maximize what they can do.
We saw that with the Ravens. Like, I mean, you
Mhm.
have Lamar Jackson, but if you're not utilizing, and even Derrick Henry in the backfield, you won't utilize him
Mhm.
the way you should have. But then you have no receivers for Lamar to throw to, so Lamar's in the backfield dancing around, running for his life, and all you got
Anytime
is you pretty much got two running backs in the backfield.
you got, and the crazy thing about it is their tight ends were so valuable to their passing game because the wide receivers weren't always getting it done, and it always seems like the
Mm-hmm.
Ravens are trying to find new wide receiver every year to see who can be the magic pill for us.
And they've drafted some really nice, some good guys, and then they just don't work out either. I mean, under an old regime, of course, we got a whole new regime now with under new head coach. So it's like it's definitely going to be different going forward because his vision of what he wants on his offense is of course, and with his offensive coordinator is going to be different than what um the old head coach wanted. So it could look a lot different. I think they need speed. Speed is what they need because of Lamar. When you have a quarterback like Lamar that can move around in the backfield like that, you need speedy wide receivers that can get open and that can extend in order for him to find you. So
Well, another thing too, to me, you just need guys who can get open and catch the football. I wouldn't even care if they had burners or anything. Like you need guys who have a big catch radius, who like if Lamar is on the run and he has to throw an off-target pass, like you can worry about that guy going up and being physical and catching the ball. Like to me, they need one of each. Like I think they need like a big body, like sure down the field target,
I've
and
been saying that.
I think they also need like a quality like either burner on the outside or quality like slot who can
Yeah.
run all those different routes from the middle of the field. Like they need stuff like that. And I think Lamar would do better if you got him a sure-handed, big-body target on the outside at the wide receiver position instead of him having to, rely on his tight end so much for that.
Yeah, and with them losing likely, that part right there. Them losing likely is so huge. They
Hmm.
potentially are about to lose the starting center. Um,
Yep.
so they got a lot of holes they got to fix. That likely one is crazy, but he wants to be a number one back, and
Hmm.
I mean a number one tight end, and he feels like he can't be that with the Ravens. So he's a tight
Yeah.
end to look forward to see where he's going to land. And like I said, Njoku is another one. Dallas Goddard possibly if he's not staying in Philly. Um, Kyle Pitts is another name, but from what I've read, Atlanta is going to franchise tag him potentially coming
I
up.
gotta
So
look and see. I don't think they tagged him though.
they haven't tagged him yet.
No, the deadline passed already.
Oh, it did? Oh, okay, okay.
Passed the other day. Hold up, let me look it up because I don't think he
Hey,
was
Mika,
tagged.
let me see.
Oh no, they did. Well, wait, hold
They,
up. Let me see something. Yeah, they did. They did. They did tag him. Okay, I was making sure because I was like, I couldn't remember if he got tagged or not, and I think they did. So yeah, because it's like 15. I think it's 15 days. Pull up. Yeah, they got it on him. Now, see, the thing is though, with the franchise tag, because it holds up so much of your cap, you gotta make sure you free up the right amount of cap space in order to place the
Yep, I
franchise
see it.
tag on the guy and then go after free agents.
They did
So
it on. They did it on the 20. It was back on the 24th.
about a week ago, about a week or so
Yeah,
ago.
a week
So
ago.
what the biggest thing to me is, do they have a different idea of how they want to use him with this new regime? Because you got this 1 year guaranteed with him, and then you have to make another decision on it.
So talking to Jeff, our resident Atlanta fan in Atlanta, he said from what he was reading, they were franchise tagging him, but they were also exploring still trading him
Mm-hmm.
at the same time and moving him. So it is not a guarantee that he's gonna be in Atlanta. Dre, that is a great question. I personally don't think he's been disappointing. I just think they haven't had the offense with the different head coaches that fit him. I mean, like most players, you do what you can within the offense that you're given, with the quarterbacks that you're given also. I still think Kyle Pitts can be. I think it's time for him to move on personally. I hate that they did franchise tag him. I think he should have just been a free agent and found his new home. Um, Hopefully he works with them if they are going to trade him, and it's not just a we're going to send you wherever we feel like sending you type of thing. But I think Kyle Pitts is still a dog. He's a great. He's that hybrid tight end. He was that wide receiver body, but with that tight end height and hands and everything. So
Here's the thing: if they trade him, they're going to trade him somewhere where they can get maximum assets back for him. What that does for him is neither here nor there. They're under no obligation whatsoever to accommodate anybody that they trade away. To go to here, there, wherever you want to go, is what is it going to do for my team for me to trade you somewhere? Now, one thing I will say about Pitt, I'm not going to say he's been a disappointment because I still think he has talent. I just think that like they couldn't find a way to really use him and take advantage of that talent. Now, he's had different people to play under and hasn't shown very much. And it's like, okay, now this is another regime coming here to Atlanta or possibly wherever you may possibly get traded to. But if you don't show anything now, then it's like, okay, now it's on you. Because you've had multiple chances under multiple different coaches and stuff, and you still haven't proven anything yet. At some point, you got to stop looking at the plate and look at the food that's on the plate. It can't be the plate making food taste bad. Food just bad.
I don't know if the plate is plastic.
Listen,
that plate plastic. Plastic.
If you warmed up your food in a plastic plate or container in the microwave, especially styrofoam, that's on you, player. That's on you. Like that ain't my fault. We use real plates over here.
Has there been anything else in the NFL too crazy? A lot of the Max Crosby talk has been heating up more, as far as if they're really going to move him or not.
It's getting to a point where sometimes you got to tell people like, hey, listen, just because you hear something or read something doesn't mean it's true.
It's hard to tell though, because I love the way he's doing his interviews, especially that one the other day. Because at this point he's just I understand. I wouldn't want to talk about it anymore. I'm tired of answering the questions. If the franchise moves me, they move me. If they don't, Max Crosby's one of those where they're going to work with him on a trade. I've realized that it's certain players that they, regardless of what you just said, like with the franchise, because I looked at the Trae Young thing, right? Atlanta worked with Trae Young on where he wanted to go. I still don't understand why he picked Washington of all fucking places. That made no goddamn sense. But hey, go off, my friend. It must have been the money. Because it won't win it. I do like, but I did tell you I love their rebuild. I think Max Crosby is one of those players that if he is to be moved, the team is going to work with him. They're going to find the right landing spot while also getting back what they need to get back because they are moving on from him at the same time. But I still don't. It could make sense only because they're in rebuild mode. Mm-hmm. He's at a place in his career where, do I want to sit through another rebuild? Like, I'm getting older. I'm not getting younger.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's why I want to go. I want to go win now. So I do think he may be on his way out. I hate the one place that I keep seeing a lot of people talk about him going personally, because that, as much as it does make sense, I hate it at the same time. Him to Dallas is the one place I've really been seeing a lot of chatter and talk around. Mm-hmm. I don't like it for personal reasons.
Right, but the
would hate to see
the other place that I saw a rumor, or I can't even remember who said it or brought it up or whatever, but Dallas and Detroit were the two that
I think I see it a little Detroit. I believe.
And the reason why I believe more Dallas than Detroit, because Dallas has more cap room than Detroit right now.
And they got draft picks. They still got those first round picks that they can move for him. Mm-hmm. If need be. So
yeah. So it's like I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see, but like I tell everybody, wait until
Monday's gonna be fun.
Monday's gonna be fun, but the 11th and the 12th, that's when you really should like start to see some action popping and be like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah, a lot of teams are gonna wait until like near the end of the week to start really.
Well, the 11th is hold on. Let me.
Is that when free agency officially opens up, or is it as of Monday?
The negotiating period opens Monday, and then the new league year, where the cap goes into effect, starts on Wednesday, I believe. I gotta pull it up right quick because I had it in this tab on my phone. Oh wait, god damn it! There it goes. Okay, hold up.
Yeah. So March 11th at 4 p.m.
Right. On the 9th at 11 and ending at 3:59 Eastern time on the 11th, you can enter that negotiation period right at 4 p.m. Eastern time on the 11th. So execute a new contract. So you may hear of teams agree to deals with free agents, but the contract can't be executed until 4 p.m. on the 11th Eastern time.
Yeah, because legal tampering, teams can begin negotiating with upcoming free agents as of 12 p.m. Eastern on the 9th.
Right, and that's why I tell people, like, between now and then, you're gonna hear a bunch of rumors. You're gonna hear a bunch of stuff. Even really between now and the draft, actually, you'll hear a bunch of rumors and stuff. Check your sources and cross-reference shit. If it's not like Adam Schefter, Tom Pelissero, Ian Rappaport, or one of these like official accounts or whatever, don't trust that shit. Google it if you have to and see what pops up from like ESPN, Yahoo, Fox, CBS, Bleach Report, whoever. Just be careful because there's gonna be a lot of fake stuff out there. And it's gonna be a lot of just talk and rumors and people just making shit up out the crack of their ass, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people that fall for the okie doke. And I'd be like, please don't fall for it. Because I'm not gonna lie, I got the other day. I could have just clicked on it and checked it, and I didn't. It was just so fucking funny. I was like, nah, I gotta send it. And then I looked at it, I was like, oh shit, this fake. I was like, damn, I knew it was too good to be true.
I said that man got a whole family.
it happens, bro. And I was like, damn, I should have known this was a fake because I haven't seen people talking about it. Like people that I know that would talk about this haven't been talking about it. So I was like, oh yeah, this gotta be fake. But it happened. You know, you just never know. But nah, man, the NFL is gonna be really interesting over the next week or so. Um, really next week and the week after, between next Wednesday, wait, yeah, next Wednesday and the following Wednesday, and well, I'll say between next Wednesday and next weekend is when you'll
Yeah,
see a lot of activity in free agency. It'll start to die down that following after that first full week of free agency, and you may hear some stuff pop up here and there, but after like next week, basically, it ain't gonna be much that you're gonna hear in free agency.
yeah. Most players know where they want to go as far as is if that team they a lot of teams and players know who they want to go after, and a lot of players know where they want to land. Um, Whether they want to stay at home with the team they've been with and work something out, or if they want to move
Hmm.
on. Um, so just all depends if you want to go after more free agents or if you want to just use the draft picks and retool that way.
The
It's
biggest
gonna
thing
be
I want to tell
super
everybody
fun.
is the reason why a lot of these teams and players know where they want to go, know what they want to do before free agency even gets here. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. They actually talk about this stuff at the combine, even though they're not supposed to.
That's why
But
so many GMs. That's why so many GMs be at the combine. Like
don't tell nobody though. But it's like, bro, the biggest part of the combine, it ain't
legal
even
tampering.
it ain't even the legal tampering that the tampering quote unquote that goes on, and like the interviews and the medical stuff, the 40 broad jump, all that shit, it's okay. And the only guys that really affects are guys who aren't gonna be high draft picks.
Because to be honest, again, if you've been watching film on these guys all season, you know who's going top 5, top 10. That combine don't shift too much. The combine is more for them guys that's like round 3, starting at round 3 and going on. Maybe
I'm gonna
4, but
I'm gonna
but
put
at
it to
least
you like
3.
this: the combine can help you push yourself into the first round or up the first round board or whatever. It really can affect draft positioning, but you have to be within a certain range already as a player that they see from watching the film to say that, oh, I didn't know he had this athleticism in him, or I
Yeah,
didn't
like
know he was capable of X, Y, and Z, or
you
whatever.
ain't going you ain't gonna go from 5th or 6th round to first round, but
No, hell
it could
no.
definitely it could definitely move you from 5th, 6th to like 4th, maybe even
Yeah.
3rd
Or,
for
or,
the
or
right
like if
team.
you a guy that they thinking like, you know what, he's a solid like second round pick, somewhere in the middle of the second or so maybe. But then you run faster than what they think, and especially your 10-yard splits if you're a lineman, and like you show certain traits and stuff, especially during position drills, then it's like, oh, wait a minute. Like a perfect example. There's been guys who have been labeled body catchers, quote unquote. They can't catch the ball unless they catch it with their body, right? Listen, when you go through that
I
gauntlet
was.
and you boom, boom, and you catching everything with your hands away from your body, that'll show them, no, I can actually catch it. Bless you. I
Bless you,
can
man.
actually catch it with my hands. You know what I'm saying?
Catch the ball.
Or
Keep
like
catching.
another thing, the offensive lineman, like I was watching the offensive lineman the other day, and I like watching them doing the certain run block drills and certain pass block drills because I want to see how they move. And it's like when you get a guy who can change that direction and snap and move and change his kick slide and swivel his hips and stuff like that, and he's 300 and something pounds. That shit's impressive. I'm sorry, that's impressive. But like, I don't care if a lineman runs a 4.8 or a 4.9 in the 40 because he'll never run 40 yards. What I
Ever.
do, I do want to see
Rarely.
what that 10-yard split look like. What that 10-yard split, because I can see you running 10. You probably not gonna run 40 ever, but I can see you running 10 often. What that split look like, big dog? Like, that's the kind of stuff I want to see. And if I see you bench press 225 38 times, I want to be able to see that same functional strength on film. Because if I see that strength on film and I see you bench press it 38 times, well, then I know it ain't no fluke.
Yeah.
So it's like it is used to evaluate guys, and it can move you up or down draft boards. But again, you have to be within a certain range for it to say it helps you make more money. Like um shit, when that video came out about Laramie Tunsil with the gas mask and everything. If you go back and you look at what a top 3, top 5 pick would have made that year compared to where he got drafted at like 13 with the Dolphins, I want to say that cost him like $4 million, $5 million or so to fall a few spots in the draft.
Which I still feel was like
that was jealousy. It was his mom's ex-boyfriend or something, or somebody like that had a relationship with his mom or whatever, that was pissed off about some shit and decided to do that. That's where that came from.
because the crazy thing is everybody in the league smokes. So it's like, who cares? It be stuff like that. And maybe that's why so many black people really ain't in positions of power in the NFL. It's like, bro, who cares? Like, everybody smoke. I smoke, you smoke, the owner smoke. Like, who cares? Is it going to affect him on the field? And it didn't. It didn't affect him on the field because on Saturdays he was still a dog.
But the thing is, though, that protect the shield and don't cause us no embarrassment, that shit's real. Like,
no, it is. No, it definitely is. Again, we see that with Stephon Diggs. You see that with a lot of players.
There are certain teams, but again, if Diggs was 25 and just came off a 80 catch, 1,000-yard, 10 touchdown season, this wouldn't even be an issue.
Nah,
he's 32,
and productivity just won't even know.
Last year, yeah, it's like, and we about to pay you $26 million. Man, hell no. Get your ass out of here. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. Now, again, if he was 10 years younger, this could be a different conversation. Because if you're 20, let's say 23, 24, 25, 26, and I'm about to pay you $26 million, and you acting the ass,
him and his brother. That's the other part we ain't mentioned. Trayvon too. He a free agent now.
Bro, I saw his market value is less than $10 million.
Trayvon?
I want to say, hold up, give me a second.
But you know why his is like that?
Right here, it's on one of these fucking things. Oh, here it goes right here. His market value, 7.5.
You know why it's like that? Look at his productivity when he was he got burnt. Bro. All the fuck. But also, I'm not gonna lie, look for both of them to land somewhere together.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I would be. Because
like I think them collectively together trying to go home to like a Washington, a Baltimore, some in the area like that. I could see that. Yeah. Now, I don't think Trayvon done. I don't think he's done.
I don't think he's done. I don't think Stephon's done. I think Stephon wants to keep playing because he got all them kids he got to pay for.
You keep having them, boy. Trayvon too. Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, I think Trayvon is more. He has more. He's younger, so of course he has more life left. But also, like, if you put Trayvon in as just like if you're a primarily zone running scheme team on defense, and you play a lot of zone on defense, Trayvon will probably work out for you.
He'll be better in coverage, like in zone coverage, than he would in
Right.
man. Because in
And, and
man, he gets beat a lot.
and the thing is because his athleticism has waned some, and he's also a huge risk taker.
Yeah,
Like the difference between him and Deron Bland still has the speed, athleticism, and instincts to make up for his chances that he takes. Trevon don't have that no more. He's losing that, or has lost that, or lost some of it at least. So it's
yeah.
like,
I mean, it's possible to get it back, with proper training and stuff like that. But
I gotta text my partner while I'm thinking about this because
I was actually surprised that Green Bay didn't keep him, because it's like you need help with, and I don't know. Like you said, the numbers on him ain't crazy, so high risk, low reward type of. Low risk, high reward type of thing in a sense, but he's probably 9 times out of 10 he's gonna land somewhere.
Yeah, because like I'm trying to text my partner right now because me and him was talking about like combine shit like this weekend and last week or whatever, and I kept forgetting to ask him. Like, there's a couple of DBs I've been wanting to ask him about, like that's like free agents and shit. But like, cause we talk mainly DBs because he played DB, but like we'll talk everybody. But like Trevon and it's a couple other cats. Is him? I don't think Lattimore. I'm not even gonna ask him about that because I don't think Lattimore really even has it anymore. I don't think.
I think somebody's gonna bring him in, but it's not gonna be on some like. He's gonna be one of those who's gonna sit for a while.
Yep.
He might even sit going into next season before somebody brings him in.
I think so too. Like Andre Cisco, the safety from the Jets. There's another safety that was kind of young. Jalen Thompson from the Cardinals. That was another safety that was kind of young. And it was something.
Cameron Curl. You got Cameron Curl, Kevin Byard.
Yeah, it was a couple of other like younger guys that I wanted to ask him about or whatever. I got to get my list together and check it out and see. But like, we normally chop it up and talk about them and everything and see like who do we like. But I know he had told me, who was it, man? A lot of the Ohio State guys and Jeremiah Love, they really liked them while they were at the combine.
Alec Pierce deciding to be a free agent is a very interesting too. Because
that was the other one. D'Angelo Pons, the 5'9" corner from Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
He said people were legit cheering after his workout at the combine. And like those shorter corners are guys that like I don't really care for, but you have to have certain elite traits to be 5'9", 180 and say like I trust you outside on the boundary. Or even in the like, I trust you. Period at corner, and it's
a lot of
traits.
As I'm on ESPN and I'm looking at like the top 100
free
agents, it is some interesting names that, as of right now, are free agents. Because again, a lot of these players could also go back to their home team, but very interesting names, young names too.
It's some definitely good ones, but another thing that like I always warn everybody about, don't look at the name, look at what they can do for you this season and forward. Because a lot of the time, like people get stuck on these names and these players and their accomplishments, and it's like, yeah, they were that 2, 3, 4 years ago. I want to know what you can do for me and my team 2026 and beyond. Because anything 2025 and previously, that's all great, fine, and dandy. But I need to know what I'm going to get out of you now forward. Because that's what I'm looking at, and that's what I'm paying you for. So the name could be cool, the accomplishments could be great as well. What can you do for me now?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of the times why guys end up getting cut and sent on their way, because it's like, when I look at my team moving forward, I gotta count everything. I don't count just what you as this one singular entity of this player can do for my team moving forward. I need to know, can I bring in somebody younger, cheaper, better, or just as good? What's your cap number look like? What does my cap number look like overall? And how does your cap number affect me? Because I gotta fit 51 of my top contracts out of the 53 on under this cap. So I need to know what kind of production am I getting for this cap number that I'm about to spend on you, and why should I either sign you as a free agent, keep you around as a guy, or extend you? Whatever it is, I gotta factor all of that shit in. And it's
Yeah.
so much stuff to factor in that you can't pinpoint one specific thing and say it's this. It's not, because it's so much shit that you gotta consider. That's why I'm not gonna lie. Like, when you look at the amount of people that teams have on staff, just the front office and scouting staff, if you just look through and go through and look at all of those people that some of these teams have hired, and their personnel, that's not even, we're not even talking about the coaching staff. I'm talking about everybody else behind the fucking scenes. The scouts, and then you in scouting, you got the pro personnel that scouts the NFL player, and then you got the college scouts that scout the college players. So it's like a lot of moving parts that go into all of this. And like, I've talked to people that have been in those rooms and meetings and things like that, and they say, man, like, I remember one guy was telling me they were in a draft room, and I believe it was between like this D lineman and a wide receiver or something. And so it was literally the offense against the defense. And you had all the offensive coaches, hey, look, we need this wide receiver. Defense coach was like, nah, we need this D lineman. And the deciding factor came down to like the fucking owner or whatever. And who the owner thought, like, this is what we're gonna do, because that's how they end up making that decision. Whereas some places, it may not come down, it may come down to the coach or the GM or whoever. But it's so much shit that goes into making these decisions. But just please know, like, even if your team drafts like one of the worst draft picks ever, there was a lot that went into that. There was still a lot of shit that went into making that decision.
Yeah, because I hated Howie for years. Howie just got good drafting. Everybody be looking at Howie like he a genius, but Howie probably had the last 4 good drafts. Before that, we missed on who was it? We missed on Jettas. We missed on DK. We could have had. It's a couple other guys.
Bro, I can't remember the name of the receiver anymore that they passed up and drafted instead of drafting Jefferson.
We got JJ. No, for Jefferson, it was Rager. We took Rager.
Jalen Rager. That's who it was.
And for DK, it was JJ Arcega-Whiteside.
Yes.
And neither play for Philly anymore. We traded both away to the teams of the players where we should have went. Because JJ, we traded to the Seahawks, I remember. And Rager, we sent to Minnesota. So, yeah. Pissed me off. Pissed me clean off, boy.
That shit was so funny.
I'm like, who the fuck is JJ Arcega-Whiteside? I did not watch him at Stanford. No, apparently he was a dog at Stanford, but
this was the thing with Arcega-Whiteside. He couldn't separate.
And Rager was was a running back that didn't want to be a running back.
The thing, I can't remember specifically. I remember specifically about Arcega-Whiteside because I kind of remember Lance like talking about him and having that conversation about him on air here because he does the draft profiles or whatever. But I do remember watching him, and he always made contested catches because he can't fucking separate. So if you can't separate at Stanford playing in the Pac-12, what the fuck make you think he gonna separate playing in the NFL?
Man,
it ain't gonna get no better.
Rager was like 5'7", 5'8" wide receiver that should have just again been a running back. He was fast as shit, but that was it. He was just fast. Like, it wasn't nothing else to him but that. But for some reason, how we saw both of them, it was like first round pick. Go get them. What? I remember that year because Moss' son was still sitting there too. Because that was he came out the same year as Jettis.
Thaddeus.
Yeah, and I was like, we need a tight end. He went undrafted though. I thought he was dope at LSU. I didn't.
This was the only thing about him, and I had to kind of warn some people about it because he had some talent, but when you're on the field with Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Terrence Marshall, Clyde Edwards-Helaire was the running back.
Yep.
You had a stud of an O-line, and Joe Burrow was your fucking quarterback. Like, you surrounded by fucking talent, my guy. Like, so it's like, I don't know. Okay, you know what it was about Rager? I do remember it now. He did have like a running back build. He did have because he was like 5'11", like 200, 195 or something like that. He had a nice build to him, but it was like, he wasn't really physical to say that he had a decent size or he had a decent, body for him or whatever you want to call it. And I kind of remember that. And he wasn't a good route runner either. I don't think. Because like there's certain things that wide receivers do. Like if you're a solid ass route runner and you can create that separation just because you may not run the fastest 40 or have the quickest, shuttle drill or whatever, but you know how your footwork is impeccable, your timing and your get off is good, and you can run a solid route and present yourself as a target. From there, it's like, okay, can you catch? I don't give a fuck if you run a 4.55. You know how to run a route and get open.
Yep.
And you hold on
with
to
that
the ball.
4.55.
Listen, bro, one of the greatest wide receivers in history, Jerry Rice, ran a fucking 4.7, I want to say, at the combine. Like it was in a Facebook sports group one day that people was talking. I think it was specifically about the Carnell Tate 40 because he was supposedly clocked at like a 4.52 or 4.53 or whatever the fuck. And people were like, "Oh wow, he ran a 4.5 something, blah 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 blah." Okay, remember when Anquan Bolden ran at like 4.7 or 4.8 or whatever, and then came out and had one of the greatest rookie seasons for a wide receiver ever? On the flip side, look at Troy Williamson from South Carolina. Troy Williamson ran like a 4.29 or 4.31 or 4.32 or whatever at the 40. Troy Williamson couldn't catch VD in a whole house. Like, I'm just saying, like, you got guys that's gonna run really fast and look really great, and they're these great at, but they can't catch and they can't run a route.
So glad you couldn't hear Uncle Jermaine say that. It's crazy. It was very crazy. I was gonna say he couldn't catch a cold. He went too far.
Like I'm just like bro, like that.
Too far. Too far. He said too far.
I went too far, Justin. My bad, bro. My bad.
You drink a pop.
Sometimes I do go too far. You're right. My bad, little bro. But like, nah, it's just it's the same thing. Like perfect example to start that transition. When KD couldn't lift 185 at the NBA combine.
Let me tell you something.
Sean Livingston was another one that couldn't do it. I know them two famously. There was some other ones, but those are the
probably was Tayshaun too, because Tayshaun was just as wild as they were.
I can't remember. I think Tayshaun may have done it like 2, maybe 3 times or something crazy like that. I'll have to look it up again. But I know like there was a handful of guys that they couldn't do because in the NBA it's the 185, in the NFL it's 225. Bro, look at KD right now. KD is a top 10 all-time scorer. Sean Livingston was one of the most gifted tall point guards that we ever saw. If it wasn't for the injuries, dude would have been cold. Even after the injuries,
he still was cold.
He was still a solid playmaker and developed a cold mid-range game.
Cold.
Bro,
Livingston got cold even after the injury. Where most people thought he was done. I still remember the way he broke. Oh my God. I feel like that one and the Paul George are like two images As much as I wanted, I can never get them out of my head.
No, you know which other one?
And the Sid Vicious, which I know wrestling ain't got nothing to do with that. That Sid Vicious one back in WCW.
But remember that kid from Louisville?
Oh yeah, Ware.
The national champion, Kevin Ware. It was either the national championship game. It was Final Four or something.
Yeah, I remember that one. Oh my god.
They were in a football stadium, and this time the floor was slightly elevated.
I remember that. Yep.
But it wasn't because of the floor was elevated. He just fell wrong.
It was just how he landed.
And it was the fact that Rick Pitino was kind of like right there, and then he was like,
"Oh my god!"
Shit. And then you see his teammates, like you can see them jump up and see, and then they all turned around like this.
I think somebody started throwing up or something. I don't remember. I know I almost did. It was. I remember that. It was.
I just remember like the sound of it, like and if you go back, and I still hold true to this day. If you go back and you watch the 98 boxing match between Roy Jones Jr. and Virgil Hill that took place in Biloxi, Mississippi, if you turn the volume all the way up and you listen closely, I swear, bro, you can hear when that rib cracked. I remember.
It's like in the UFC when it wasn't Spider, it was
Silva. Anderson Silva broke his against Chris Weidman. It was like
he kicked him.
He went and Weidman checked it, and just him checking it,
bruh. I was watching that live, like in real time.
That one, I remember watching when the same shit happened to Weidman a year, 2-3 years later, or whatever.
Yeah,
same shit, the exact same shit, same thing. Joe Theismann on Monday Night Football, fucking Ed McCaffrey. I remember when his legs flopped around when he got tackled. That was another Monday Night Football crazy leg injury. Who else, man? Like it, bro. I just remember like these injuries are not. It's like.
Nah, they real, bro.
It's crazy how you remember like where you were and everything when some of these things happened because it was so traumatic.
I remember 2002, Sean Keys running the slant. Linebacker came down. That knee, all. I still don't walk right.
My two of my little cousins had like crazy ones. Lil Mike, tore his ACL
about Mike.
and his PCL towards the end of his senior season. And this was crazy because like a few games before that, I remember Destrehan had like this 5-star D tackle. I think he ended up going to LSU or somewhere. But I remember when they had Lil Mike playing guard and Lil Mike blocked him one-on-one and was handling him a few times. I was like, oh shit, Lil Cuz, like you really like that. But like that injury right there and the fact that he had to wait before he could have the surgery because it was so swollen, and even after they went in, that's when the doctor realized how bad his PCL was, and that prolonged his rehab and everything. That's why he ended up stopped playing football and stuff, because once he ended up losing a scholarship to like a D2 school and got a preferred walk-on status at Louisiana Monroe, a D1 school. Go figure. But he doing good now though. He got into he coaching back at his old school, at his old high school.
Yeah, the same thing with my brother-in-law when it was his freshman year at hold on, did it happen his senior year? When Sion broke his ACL, was that his senior year in high school or was his freshman year in college? Yeah, it was his freshman year in college. And it messed his mental up where he didn't want to go through the rehab. He felt like he couldn't move the same. He lost all his motivation. So certain injuries can really, really rock your core for real. And like it's hard to come back from them mentally more than physically. It's definitely more of a mental thing. It's definitely physical, but that mental aspect of it is key too. Well, what are you doing? Mommy gonna get you. I think Jermaine froze, guys. As we wait on him to come back. Let me see. Who was next? My bad, y'all. Got it. He's having some connection issues. So while we wait for him to come back, we can move on to the NBA. So in the NBA, we are coming down to the wire. Let me pull up these rankings. My bad, y'all. Jermaine be having all this ready, so I don't be. Boom, 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 boom. All right, there we go. All right, so Eastern Conference is starting to round out. We got the Pistons still in first place right now at 45-15. They have a bit of a lead on everybody else. The Celtics are right there, 5 games back at 41-21. And then we got the Knicks 6.5 back at 40-23. And then Cleveland rounding out that top 4 at 39-24, 7.5 games back. Celtics are very interesting because they are potentially getting Jason Tatum back, which is going to be crazy for what they already are doing. And then you're bringing back a Jason Tatum. That chemistry is key. But the good thing is you have a month with Jason Tatum where he is going to acclimate himself to get himself back into form, to get himself back into form, going into playoff time. So I like the Celtics. I like the Celtics going down the stretch, being a very, very good key team. I think Celtics Pistons is probably going to be Eastern Conference Finals. I like the moves that the Cavs made. I just don't know if it was enough to get them over the hump this season. And the Knicks are playing Knick basketball as they have the last couple of years. They're right there, but they're still missing something to get them past everything. So we're gonna see how that pans out in the East, and then in the West. As of right now, we have. Hold on, I don't know why that did that. There we go. All right, in the Western Conference, we got the Thunder at 49-15. With the Spurs coming up behind 3.5 games back at 44-17. The Rockets and Timberwolves are 9 games back as of right now. Nuggets in 5th at 38-24. And then Lakers at 6, 37-24. The Western Conference is a little deeper. They're going about 7 teams deep because the Suns are also rounding that at 35-26 at 12.5 games back of first. But you still have the Warriors, Clippers, Trailblazers, and Grizz. Not a Grizz, pretty much out. The Warriors, Clippers, and Trailblazers who are going to be playing for that play-in spot and playoff seeding going forward. So we got about a month of basketball left, a month and maybe a half, I think it is, before playoffs start. So we're going to see that pan out really well. NBA wise, I did have a couple of things I wanted to touch on that's super interesting right now. Looking back, and once Jermaine comes back in, like I said, he's having technical difficulties right now. But I'm looking at some of the trades that happened at the trade deadline, and he is back as I bring it up. That's crazy. Looking at some of these trades that happened at the trade deadline, I was looking back at the Kuminga and the McClain trades. And while I understood both trades, I'm still looking at the franchises, looking at Golden State and Philly a little crazy because One, OKC came up on gold with McClain. You have you have a guard that is a clear starter, but he's able to come off the bench and just play and free flow. It's been beautiful because once OKC gets everybody back healthy, once McClain really like next season is more dangerous than this season because you give him a full off season of working with the team where now he's probably going to become a starter next year within that lineup. That's nasty. And
I would love for them to keep him coming off the bench though. Like
I think so too.
To add to the depth of that second unit because that first unit is so solid. Keep him because sometimes you need a player like that coming off your bench to add something special to that second unit. Outside like.
Yep, I think Jermaine's having technical difficulties again. But what he was saying, having somebody like McClain to add to that secondary, and again, be able to free flow and just play and control and run that offense with the second unit, the same way he would as if he was a starter. It makes the depth of that team so much deeper. One of those situations where the rich get richer. I love the trade. I was very shocked that Philly made the trade, but Philly also had a logjam at point guard. And I kind of knew with his injury, and I saw the way that Philly was playing at the beginning of the season, it was going to be tough for him to come back once he was back from his injury. Paul George was another one, but PG plays a different position where that small forward, power forward, where it was a little easier for him to fit in within the offense. Whereas McClain, they're so guard heavy, and with them just drafting VJ, with Maxey, it was going to be a little tougher for him. Kuminga on the other side.
It was again. It was. See, the thing was, I think Philly wanted that first round pick from the Rockets.
Well, that added into it also because of
the 3 seconds are cool, but I think they wanted another first rounder this year. And they were like, hey, if we can flip this extra depth that we have, then why not do it? You know what I'm saying?
There's an ill fam spotting as I see you kept calling it.
Too bad. Bro, I've been talking about this team like all season. Like they've been in the driver's seat in the East, and now they got a 5-game lead over the Celtics.
Yeah, I feel it. You know what? I think Fam is the only Pistons fan I know. I don't think I know any actual Pistons fan. Sir, what is going on?
I gotta ask. You know what? I got another homeboy. I
don't think I know any actual
fan or not because he been living here more than he lived up there. And I think he came down here before the Rockets won their titles, if I'm not mistaken. But he loved, like, Detroit is like bro, he still talk about Faygo sodas and whatever them other chips are or whatever.
Hey, Faygos go crazy. I'm gonna miss. Do y'all got that down there? Y'all got Faygos?
Certain places have it. They do sell it. Yeah, you got to know where to go to get it, though. I think. Like I think I have. I'm a box up. Here. You gotta. I'm
gonna just get a lot of them, throw them in a box, put them on the truck. Don't worry about it. They ain't got Faygos down there. Hey, listen, fam. They don't know the fruit punch one go crazy and the cotton candy. I ain't gonna lie, that cotton candy Faygo is goated. Goated. A good Faygo and some Utz chips on me. Listen,
that's the I think. Hold up, I'm about to text this fool right now. Faygo.
What is it? Faygo and some Utz? I was talking to you. I was asking. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Faygo and some Utz. Man, listen. But yeah, the Kuminga trade made sense.
Right now.
Oh, the gold. I love the trade for Kuminga because of what we're seeing him do in Atlanta. And also he didn't want to be in Golden State anymore. It was one of them like, I'm just here so I don't get fined type of things. And you could tell body language and all that. And then once he got to Atlanta, it's like I'm happy. I'm out of that place.
Well, I'm not. It's
What's
not
next?
just happy. It's like I have free reign to play how I want to play. I don't have to play in this system, or I don't have to play within these confines. I don't. There's no reins being pulled back. I'm a free.
Hmm.
I'm a free horse. Like I can just
Because it's
run
crazy because the
run all
type of
day.
player that Kaminga is and his productivity is what Golden State needed. And it's like you couldn't find that for him. What he's doing right now, you couldn't find that. And
But
it's crazy.
here's the
Because
thing,
what
though.
offense do they have?
No, but bottom line, they have a system and they have a certain way that they want to play. And Kaminga didn't want to always go along with that. And it's like, my guy, they won rings before you got there. They helped you put a ring on your finger.
But sometimes when you know what you can contribute and you're being held back to not contribute that, it's tough. When you know
Oh
you could
yeah.
give them
Oh
20,
yeah.
25, 30 points, but
hmm
they're telling you all we need you to do is do 10, 15, and it's like,
hmm
but we're losing and I can give you this. We got Clay gone, Steph's out hurt, Draymond be out hurt. Why am I not being featured when these players are gone? Like what's going on in Atlanta? So now you send them to Atlanta, and like you said, he got free reign now, and you're seeing him go crazy with a Jalen Johnson. That Atlanta rebuild and that Washington rebuild are two that's going to be very fun to watch in the upcoming years.
Say, bro.
And it's so quick. They made two trade. Both teams made trades that was like, all right, you trade Trey Young, and you see what they got back for Trey, and you like, huh? But on the Washington side, they made moves that are like, okay,
Right.
the Anthony Davis move, the Trey
Well,
Young,
here's the what's that kid, Alex Starr?
yeah.
Like is because Starr plays for one of them, and then the other Richard or Reaster or
He
whatever.
plays for Atlanta.
Yeah. So they both got one of them Frenchies. So it's like they got because they both had the young Frenchies that they drafted the same year. That's like 19 years old, both of them.
Yeah.
So like they was like, okay, we got some young pieces to build around here. That's why I was like, I think that's why Trey wanted to go there because like they got.
I saw the vision
here and there.
I joked about it, but I definitely saw his vision of what I like that young Washington team. And then you bring in a Trey Young, you bring in a vet like Anthony Davis, and you partner Davis. Now Davis gets to be, if he can stay healthy, and I understood why he just shut it down for the rest of the season. Washington's not going nowhere. No need to play meaningless games to get hurt again. Right. But shutting it down, getting fully healthy so he can come into training camp. But I like it because now he can do the one thing he's been wanting to do, be a power forward, because you got Alex Sarr.
Right. Well,
only time he need to be a center is when Sarr comes out and he might be playing with the second unit where they're asking him to be center. But that's not going to be as much as what he normally is going to play. So it frees that up for him.
Quote unquote center.
Yeah,
more like
because Sarr is a stretch
big man
center
on the other team.
Yeah, because Sarr is really a stretch center for real. He can shoot the three.
Yeah,
he can step away from the basket while also playing back to the basket. So,
he's got some nice parts to his game. It's just I like
Sarr. I like Sarr upside.
To see him translate more of that to this side of the pond, as they like to call it. Like,
he's Wemby, but he's Wemby without the. I don't want to call him Wemby light because that entire French team is amazing. So I don't want to call him Wemby light, but he kind of is in a sense. Like what you get from Wemby, you also get from Sarr. Just not. I think we just don't pay it. They're not paying attention to it as much because of who he plays for. Like the market isn't, calling for people to watch him as much as they're watching Wemby. So it's like Wemby's on the stage where all the lights and eyes is on him. So when he does it, it's like, and when Sarr does it,
Mhm.
It's like, oh,
The
okay.
thing is, the problem, and Sar is one of those guys that frustrates me because he's one of them guys where his 3-point shooting got better, but his free throw percentage barely got better. And it's like when you could shoot, 33, almost 34% from three, but I can't at least get 80% out of you from the line. Like that should be pissing me off. Outside of that, the kid gain a little weight, you know what I'm saying? Get a little more physical and stuff like that. Get more familiar with your body and what you're capable of, your
All
teammates
the
and
French
whatnot,
guys
and get more
small as hell.
acclimated. Yeah, bro, it's like, bro,
Are they eating over there? What do they
like,
eat in France?
like, I'm not gonna lie. It's this one French appetizer I'll never forget because we shot a commercial for these different restaurants as a project back when I was in college. How long ago this was? And there's this French dessert that's like a slice of the baguette bread.
Is it a crate?
No. It's a slice of the baguette bread with goat cheese on it. And I
Ew.
can't remember if it's like the baguette is toasted with oil or butter or whatever, but it's like goat cheese and then like some kind of spinach or arugula or something on it. Bruh, I'm talking about they had to slow me down. The dude brought out a whole nother plate and they was like, Jermaine, can you just take a half of a bite of one of these?
Oh, it was like that.
Like, bruh, I was like, bro, this shit is so good. Bruh, we did one for that, a Mexican restaurant, like a burger hot dog spot. And I think maybe I think we did 3 of them that day. Bro, all we did was ride around Houston and shoot footage to make commercials for food spots that whole day. But yeah, like, so I know some French food is good. I don't know how much of it is good, but like y'all still got all these other cuisines and stuff that you have access to. Like, what is it about y'all nutrition that y'all boys is so skinny?
I'm
I
talking
see
about
the same thing with
small.
dudes over here, but it's like
Nah,
all y'all over there are small.
I ain't saying the basketball. The women, not so much with the women basketball players, but with the men, it's like from the center to the guard, it's like they the same size, just different heights. They
Bro,
all weigh the same. It's like a weight
they're
requirement of this, no
they
matter
have
how
like
tall or short you are.
they have 2 dudes that's swole, and neither one of them is above 6'7". They'll have like 1'6".
Hey, it was right there. I hate it.
They'll
I hate that it
they'll
is,
have
but it
like
was
one
right
like
there.
6'6", 6'7", like power forward that weigh like about 240, 250. That's like solid. Look like he could be a good tight end in the league or something. And then they'll have another dude that's stocky but shorter than him. He'll probably be like 6'4", maybe 6'5". That's it. They don't have nobody that's like 6'9" and above that got any weight on them. So I don't know what it is about tall French guys. They can't gain weight.
No, they can't. They can't.
And I feel bad for them. But then again, I don't.
Charlotte has shocked a lot of people as of late with their play. I love it. Melo showing that he can lead a team. Yeah, I've been paying attention. Yeah. Con Knipple doing what he was doing at Duke, shooting lights out. Matter of fact, did they win tonight? Because I was looking.
I believe he's already set the rookie record for 3-point
three pointers.
And they got like 20 games left in the season.
He been shooting lights out. Like that pickup, I love that pickup when the draft came.
19 games left in the season, and he's already set the rookie record for 3-point field goals made, if I'm not mistaken. So, shout out to Con Knipple. The only thing that I'm worried about with the Hornets, as of like right this very instant, is and I'm not even being facetious. I'm not even being funny when I say this though. Like real talk. Like LaMelo needs a driver. Like for real, LaMelo needs a driver because bro, like the last thing I want to hear
He
or
drives like a 13-year-old.
bro, he drives like he playing GTA in real life.
Yeah.
He drives like you said, like he's 12 or 13 and he just stole his grandma's car and he going to the corner store to buy a snack.
Yep.
Like LaMelo drives like he in a brand new 2012 uh Ultima that his baby mama just got with her tax money. And it's got 4 different hubcaps on it. And only 3 of the speakers work.
Yeah, that's
And none of
crazy.
them are in the same spot on the car. So you're getting 3 different sounds from 3 different places. LaMelo drives like I don't
They
know. Like
actually beat the Celtics tonight. 118 to 89.
wait, speaking of the Celtics, Jason Tatum is supposed to come back by the end of this month.
I was talking about that when you were out,
They
right before
said
you came back in, but
it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
and he's got
And
about a good month and a half before playoffs, so it's a good time. I worry about him messing up that chemistry they have, because of how long he's been out and how long they've been playing together this season. They're number 2 in the East right now with the current constructed team, and it's crazy to say that JT could come in and mess up the chemistry, but I think even JT contributing 15 to 20 and he don't have to go hard. You know what I mean? I
well,
look at it the same way with Bron right now. Like the way the Lakers play, Bron don't gotta score 25, 30. Bron can give you 15 to 20 with rebounds and assists added in, and it works well.
and
You know what I mean? I think
defense.
I think JT coming back doing the same thing, rebounding, assists,
Yeah.
point guarding,
Yeah.
running the team. And
The thing that really gave me the confidence in it, I'm not gonna lie, because Maddie is a Celtics fan. She's been a Celtics fan the last 2 seasons. And she told me, she was like, "No, Dad, he's gonna come back." And I was like, "Maddie, shut up. You're a fan. Like I'm not listening to you. You're a fan." She was like, I'm telling you, he's gonna come back. He's gonna play this season." I was like, "Kid, I know that's what you want, but it's not gonna happen." And I was like, "Hey, you know what? You're right. You was right. You was right."
And looking at the box score, nobody went crazy for this Hornets tonight. It was just a collective team effort. Nipple had 20, LaMelo had 18, Miller had 18, Kobe White had 17. Everybody else was like super low scoring, 9,
But
6, 3, 6,
this
6,
is
7.
the thing about a team like that Hornets team. You got guys that could go for 30 or 40, on any given night. You got at least a couple of them that could go for 30, 40 any given night. But then you also have enough of a balanced team to where you could win by 20 and no one scores more than 30 or 25 or whatever.
Yep.
Like you have that balance of a team. And I love watching teams like that play ball. I'm not gonna lie.
I was looking at the Celtics like tonight. Peyton Pritchard, I don't know if he got injured or something, but he played 24 minutes with no points. Derek White, 29 minutes, 29 points. And then Jaylen Brown, 34 minutes with 20 points. Nobody else was in double digits outside of them two. The next closest scorers was Shireman and Garza with 9 points. Vucevic had 7.
It's not like they probably had a bad shoot night, huh?
Yeah, because even though Jaylen Brown had 20, he was 7 for 19, 1 for 4
That's what
from
I'm
3.
saying. It sounded like a bad shoot night.
5 for 6 from free throw. Derek White, 9 for 17, even though he had 29. He went 8 for 8 at the free throw and 3 for 9 from 3. And then when you look at everybody else, bad shooting night.
Oh, yeah.
Peyton Pritchard, 0 for 5, 2 for 4.
They shot 38% as a team from the field.
Yep.
And 28% from 3. Ooh, shit.
Vucevic went 2 for 10.
Damn. Wait,
Yeah.
you know what's funny though? They out rebounded the Hornets by 2. That lets you know how bad of a shoot night they had. They
But
actually won the
even
rebounding battle, but lost the game by damn near 30 because they shot under 40%.
the crazy thing, even looking at Ball and Miller, they had 18 each, but they had bad shooting nights. Miller went 7 for 17, 4 for 10 from three. Miller 8 for 13, which is a little better.
Yeah, that's
And 2 for 5 from three.
I'll
And
take
then
that
Khan
every night.
went 7 for 14, 4 for 8.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Him and
That's
Miller,
50%. Yeah, from him and Miller. Khan went 50% from field goal and three.
it was
Miller went about
Grizzlies.
75 from both. So
Yeah. Like and
scrappy game.
where's the? Oh, there it goes. That's another thing. The Hornets only turned the ball over 4 times as a team, where the Celtics turned it over 15 times. Like I knew it was something. Like if you look at like sometimes it's like with the NBA, it's the turnovers, rebounds. I think it's like points off turnovers and something else I was saying that'll tell you if you just look at those stats a lot of the time. Like you'll be able to tell how the game went if you look at certain stats and who won certain statistical categories as a team, overall. And like in the NFL, it's always rushing yards, time of possession, turnovers, and I think it's average starting field position or something like that. It's like 4 or 5 different little indicators that I'll look at that'll let me know like, okay, this is where this game went wrong because this went this way. And like when you said that, before I even pulled up the stats, I was like, they had a bad shooting night, didn't they? And when you started telling me these stats, I was like, let me pull it up. And I looked,
Yeah,
they had a shitty shooting night.
very bad.
Anytime you win a rebounding battle, that should tell you the game should be pretty close. But you lost by 30, you had a shitty shooting night. Like, boom, boom. I knew them 2 things, and that led me to, okay, if I saw this and this, that must have meant this. And I looked it up, and sure enough, that's what it was. So, but the rest of the season is going to be interesting to look at just down this stretch because everybody got like around 20 games left, maybe a little bit less than 20 games left. And you starting to see where the lines have been drawn in the sand. Like I think in the East, we pretty much got the teams who are going to participate in the play-in.
Yep.
And everything.
Excuse me, sorry. The West is a little more, and I was talking about that again while you were having your technical difficulties. The West is a little more. They're about 7. Once you go 1 through 7, it's pretty much like there who's getting in from the Thunder to the Suns. And then you got the Warriors that are 31 and 30, Clippers 29 and 31. Like that 8 through 12, not 12, more 8 through 10. Because the Grizzlies are 23 and 38, Mavericks are 21 and 40.
And I really don't think Memphis really going. I don't think Memphis wants to go anywhere either.
Yeah, like they're gonna end up because the play-in is what 8 through 12, right?
No, the play-in is 7 through 10.
Oh, 7 through 10. So
yeah,
the Grizzlies are pretty much out of it unless the Blazers just totally collapse the rest of the season.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I like that.
Yeah.
They're young and
exciting. Portland's playing scrappy. They are. The Clippers are playing a little freer without with the Nemar trade and with the way Kawhi has been playing. The Warriors, I don't think the Warriors want to go anywhere either. Like they're not constructed to do anything right now. Like they're at a point where they're just playing.
They're like, listen, I don't have all hands on deck like I want. I'm gonna fight with the weapons I got, but we still in this thing. We still got a shot to make some noise.
Yeah, like
so it's like, you know what I'm saying? Let's just, shoot when we can. Outside of that, take cover. Basically. Let everybody else shoot each other. You know what I'm saying? But it's like
keep Steph healthy. Because at this point,
they're basically surviving and advancing through the regular season at this point. Is what they're doing.
Pretty much. Yeah. Like I said, that 1 through, and I don't even know if the Suns are a real contender.
Mhm.
I'm still not sold on my Lakers either. As far as being a contender, but at least 1 through 7 is pretty solid.
Oh,
Uh,
for sure, for sure.
I
One
still
through
think
seven is definitely.
I still think Thunder Spurs to me. That's probably going to be the Western Conference Finals. I like the way the Rockets are playing though. Timberwolves are still fighting, and the Nuggets also. The Nuggets, Lakers, and Wolves. Well, it looked like really 3 through 7, 3 through 6 more or less. But I'll throw the Suns in there too. 1 or 2 games can change a lot between all of them.
Bruh, this is why I've been making sure I go over the update every week just to make sure because people need to realize how close this shit is.
Yeah, that 3 through 7 is super close. That like a game losing a game, like you got Nuggets and Lakers tomorrow night. That's going to be an important game. The Nuggets and Lakers play each other twice in the next like week, I think it is, or 2 weeks. Um,
Oh
Lakers
shit.
also got a couple other, but
Jesus.
those 2 games between them are going to be super key, along with the other games that like that they both have.
Mhm.
Because dropping one or dropping both can mean a lot in seeding between them. Because you easily could go from 5 and 6 to 7 real quick. Like the Suns could go on a run and go from 7 to 4 or 7 to 3. The Rockets could drop a game or two.
They
So
play
that
the Lakers on tomorrow and then again on next Saturday the 14th.
yeah. So like again, that 3 through 7 seeding is going to be so intricate.
Mhm.
It can move at any point. Like it's gonna move. To be honest, every day. Um, win or lose.
Yeah,
So
it's a little bit. Like the East is basically between 2 through 4, with Boston, New York, and Cleveland only being separated by 2.5 games. Like that's
uh-huh.
where it's tight at there, and then like
The
five
Raptors and
through like
76ers aren't
and like five through
5 through
eight,
7.
5 through 9, kind of sort of like you
Yeah.
see certain groupings of teams. Like it's way wider in the West than it is in the East.
Like that West one or two losses moves you anywhere between 3 to 7. Whereas, like you said, 1, 2, 3 is pretty much locked up. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after that, unless the Cavs start dropping 4 or 5 straight, the
Mhm.
Raptors, 76ers, Magic, Heat, and Hornets, and maybe even the Hawks, because at 31 and 31, they're not out of it either.
The
Um,
thing is the reason why I said the East is locked up because I don't think Milwaukee has it in them because I'm watching them right
no,
now.
no,
They're
no.
down by 11 to Atlanta.
I think it
Like
stops at Atlanta at
that's
31
what
and
I'm
30.
saying.
Like,
Everybody else in the East isn't competitive.
yeah, 11
The Bucks,
through
the
from
Bulls, the
11
Wizards, the
down.
Nets, and the Pacers, they're not really going to be that competitive.
No. The Wizards shut down a lot of players. Trey
Mhm.
Young is pretty much shut down. The Pacers been shut down since the championship game last year. The Nets are in limbo. The Bulls are in limbo. The Wizards are in rebuild, and I think next season we see something from them. But like you said, and then the Bucks, I don't know what the hell is going on. That was actually in my notes for tonight. The Bucks are, I don't know what's going on there. It's not the Giannis stuff. I like the Cam Thomas pickup. Once he hit waivers, and I think next season that's going to pan out well. Because you're giving him a full off season to learn and work and acclimate, of course. He's been playing great this season. I still don't understand why the Nets kind of just let him walk like that. Like that was very
Hey,
strange.
I don't know that one kind of threw me for a loop because
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all. Like you could have traded him for all of that,
like there was
and at
so
least
many
got a
other
draft pick
ways
or something.
there were so many other ways you could have gotten rid of him and gotten something for him or whatever.
And you just release him and tell him, "Hey, we want to let you go be free and find your
But
own home."
that
Huh?
it's like I'm not. The only reason why I question it is because like we'll never know like all the behind the scene machinations and what led to it and what really went into it or whatever and how it happened, and we'll never know the real story basically.
Yeah.
But it must have been something of some sort of substance to make them say, "Hey, you know what? Just peace out."
Yeah.
Like,
And then he goes to the Bucks, and they ain't got nothing. When Giannis is out, the ball flows free. Him and Ryan Hollins been hooping together.
And that's the thing, that I think he saw that as a situation where I can go here and show what I can really do.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be the most ideal situation for me as far as winning is concerned, but I can showcase my talent. So, in order to say like he's going to get another contract or get an extension or whatever, I got to show what I'm worth, and I got to show what I can do. And in order to do that, I need to go somewhere where that's better for me. So, hey, it is what it is. Like props to you for stepping out on faith and taking a chance on yourself by playing for a team that's not going nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best thing. Like you said, it's the best thing to do because you get to show, like, while Giannis is out, there's no other offense on that team for real. So, which is crazy because we're looking at a team that has, you got Turner, you got, you still got Bobby Portis, who's, but hold on, let me look at this.
Kuzma's still there too.
Yeah, you still got Kuzma. Okay, I can't.
You got hoopers, but
no,
you got a chance to show what you can do because there's nobody out when, like, even when Giannis is there, it's like
right now,
either 2 or the 3 behind Giannis.
Giannis has 19. Usman Dieng has 12. Miles Turner only got 8. Ryan Rollins got 8. You got Kuzma with 14. Bobby Portis got 13. Cam Thomas only got 3 right now, and that's it. Jericho Sims got 2. AJ Green with 7. But not a lot of productivity after that. It's like, you at least got 4 people. 4 in double digits right now. Miles and Ryan Rollins only 1 bucket away from being in double digits themselves. But then when you go look over at the Hawks, it's spread out a little more right now. Because again, with no trade, the ball's flowing. So Jalen Johnson got 12. Okongwu got 19. Nickeil Alexander got 16. CJ McCollum with 13. Zachary Reisher with 12. Jock Landau with 8. Corey Kispert with 7.
Damn 3 from the top of the key a little while ago.
Hey, I like Landale. He's nice at center. They have a lot of centers in Atlanta that's
realize, like I knew Landale was okay, but I didn't realize he could shoot from the outside like that.
Yeah. It's the new NBA where your big has to be able to shoot now.
When he was with the Rockets, you didn't really get to see that part of his game. So I didn't really, and then where he was before in Phoenix, I can't remember if I saw it or not because that team was so trash.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if it was Phoenix or where he was before. I think it was Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I don't remember him like having it in his game until I saw him take that 3 from the top of the key, and like they kicked it out to him and he caught it, stepped into it, and just stroked it right there at the top of the key. The top of the key 3 is the longest one you can take.
Dre stupid. He said, why when the Rockets let these white boys go, they go off and do good? It's because it's the question that I ask about Bronny.
Oh, damn.
Right. It's the question I ask about Bronny. Why is Bronny going crazy in the G League, dropping 40, 50, but he get up to the big dogs and barely got 5?
Because you can't do that in the NBA. It don't translate.
It don't.
It's like Like that's
Team fit, system fit, all of
right.
that.
Like you gotta understand it. And I already knew who he was talking. Like I knew what he was going for. And the thing is they're both in better systems that take advantage of their talents and abilities.
Hardenstein, boy.
There are places that take better advantage of their abilities, and when you surrounded by players that take better advantage of your abilities, you look different. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way it is. Um, Real quick to wrap everything up and put a bow on it, the basketball talk, especially college basketball.
Ooh,
We still got a lot of fluctuation in the ranks.
it's March.
Bruh, we are here.
Madness.
We are here.
Trying to get mad.
So, on the men's side, the top three stayed the same: Duke, Zona, Michigan. UConn and Florida for 5. Then you had Iowa State, UH, Michigan State, Nebraska, Texas Tech. I believe in the coaches poll, you had a flip flop between UH and Michigan at 6 and 7, but everything else was the same. But you had that Michigan State team climbing 5 spots and that Texas Tech team climbing 6 spots in the poll. You also had Miami of Ohio climb 5 spots in the coaches poll. They getting some more love on the coaches side
because they are still undefeated at the current moment, 30-0.
And they're number 19 on the AP side. So they're
actually the only
climbing a little bit each week.
Only undefeated team in the top 25.
Yes,
so they going, as long as they keep winning, they gonna keep moving. I don't know how high, but they definitely gonna keep moving.
They keep inching up there, and oh shit! I want to say one of the projections. I think the earliest projections from Joe Lunardi or whoever does the tournament. I can't remember who it was. I don't think it was him, but I can't remember where they had Miami of Ohio. I want to say they still had them like at like an 8-9 seed or so, something like that. Or
Houston's
they were still lower.
Houston's slide has been interesting to see them at 7 right now. Because just a week ago they were top 3.
They was number 2.
Yeah, and then
but they had that murderer's row of like it was like Kansas, Iowa State, and somebody else. I can't remember. Arizona. It was Arizona, Kansas, and Iowa State, like in 3 games in a row. And I remember talking about it with my homeboy because his son goes to UA. And he's plugged into the program. And he was like, man, they was hoping at that time when we talked, Arizona could stay undefeated so they could try to beat them.
Oh yeah, I remember you kept saying that's what you wanted to see.
He was like, the only thing was that's in that 3-game stretch where they got this murderer's row of games. I was like, hey man, I think they could win safely 2 out of those 3 because their defense is just that good. They end up dropping all 3 games.
Yep.
So it was a huge blow, but to me, honestly, I'm still glad they're still at least in the top 10.
Oh yeah, I see Florida with a nice little 10-game win streak going on right now at number 5.
Look, they've been steadily climbing this year. They've been steadily climbing this year, and that team, they're one of those teams where it's like they may not have like all these great super athletes or whatever, but they got a good few basketball players and they play good team ball. What I noticed from watching them the last couple of years, like they're not gonna have nobody that's gonna be like a high lottery pick or nothing like that. But you got a bunch of good ballers on that team. So it's
crazy because you look at the teams where, like a BYU, and everybody's been talking about AJ. BYU not even in the top 25 no more.
And then BYU has other players that are pretty decent, not just AJ.
Yeah, and
So,
like for them to even slide out
hmm
is crazy. Kansas at number 14 right now with another top player. Super interesting because I see Carlos Boozer, not Carlos Boozer, sorry, Caden, the Boozer, the taller Boozer twin, and I see the way he been playing, and I'm
hmm
like, I think he's playing his way right into that number one slot. And with the news coming out recently, as of yesterday, that AJ may not even leave BYU. He might stay.
no,
I think so. I saw what you tweeted, right? And I get it. I do. You got to know the kid though, bro. That's what I responded. You got to know the kid and that relationship with his mom.
hmm
While I totally understand what you're saying. The money, but the way he gonna look at it and the way she gonna look at it, that money gonna be there. And as we would say, the education can be there. And
hmm
she's more or less like, why not go get it now while you're there? Why leave? Because basketball is gonna always basketball got us here. Let's get this free education. Let's get that because anything can happen when you get to the NBA. Let's already have the paperwork to fall back on. So he's the mama's boy. You can fully tell. Like he's and in that, if I remember, he is I want to say he's Nigerian. I might be wrong, but
right. But
he's definitely about to listen to his mama. And that's gonna be interesting if he does decide to go back to BYU. That's gonna be super interesting with the draft because while a lot of these teams are tanking for him, they're gonna look stupid as hell. And that's why tanking ain't that smart. Because anything could happen. We seen that this year with the NFL. Dante Moore decided to go back to Oregon, where Dante Moore was touted to be number one pick. What happened? It moved Fernando Mendoza up. Now Mendoza is touted to be the number one pick, but same thing with the because I don't think a lot of teams are sold on Darren Peterson. This stuff that's going on in Kansas,
mhm.
it's tainting him more than helping him. So again, you got a Boozer that's moving up now. He's just keeping his head low and hooping, and he's hooping very fucking well. So
Yeah. I just feel like right now, like they're all in good spots and teams are in good spots. But the thing is with the NBA draft now, it's way more about potential and projection than your production.
yep, and
Because
that's
we don't
why
see a
Darren
lot of
is
production
still gonna
from
be a
these
top pick.
guys. Right. He's because he has all this potential in the world and everything. And it's like there's no incentive for these guys to go as hard in that 1 year in college because it's like
It
if you're
isn't.
already projected to be this top pick and you already getting all this NIL money and everything else, it's like you're just preserving yourself basically and preserving your status and
It's just
trying
gonna
to
force.
secure your status.
It's just gonna force him to go back to the whole "you don't got to go to college" thing. 18 out of high school, and I hate it. I've always hated it. I never liked it, even though we got great players like Kobe, KG, Darius Miles, a couple J.R. Smiths. We got some really great players from it, but I feel like I don't know the way we were built back then, and the way kids are built now. I don't. It's different. Like some of these kids are ready to go into the league at 18, fresh out of high school. There are some that are, and then you got the ones that aren't. And it's those ones that there's more of the ones that aren't than the ones that are, as far as like mental, body build, all of that, that they're ready to play in the NBA at 18.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same as it used to be when you got a Moses Malone type. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, we were just built different at
The
a
thing
different point
is,
in time.
the
So
thing is, like what I'm really seeing is what I've always seen, and is that every year you may have one, two, or three of these kids at the most that can safely make the jump from high school to the NBA and be okay. Because when I look at guys like Darius Miles and J.R. Smith and Josh Smith and guys like that, they were okay. They were decent, but they not Hall of Famers or nothing like that.
I think Josh Smith was a dog. I mean,
He was
J.R.
good.
Smith was
He was
J.R.
good.
Smith was
Player.
serviceable in his role.
And it's
I
like
think Darius Miles was the injury bug got him, but
yeah, clearly.
but then you end up like we saw, you end up getting a KG. You end up
Right.
getting, like you said, you get the one or two out of that.
And every so often, out of those bunches that you may get, those one or two here or there every year, every 5 or 8 years or so, you may get one that's like a consistent all-star level player.
Hall of
For the
Famer
most
type.
part,
You get the Kobe's.
yeah, for the most part, you're not getting that though. For the most part, you're getting a bunch of guys that was blowing their eligibility and not being able to do anything with it after that.
Not even that. You getting guys that were the man in high school, right? They were top ranked. They were
Look up Corleone Young, perfect example. Like I'm just saying,
I'm
like
hip. I'm very hip.
There's way more Corleone Youngs than there were Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Crazy.
It just having. It's the one thing we always saw, even growing up, having the wrong people around you, the wrong people in your ear, listening to those people, them people hyping your head up to be, instead of just realizing like, nah, maybe I need to be in college for 2 or 3 years and then go to the league. Like, there's nothing wrong with being in college for 2 or 3 years. The money is still going to be there. The league is still going to be there. It ain't going nowhere. League is going to be around well after all of us are gone, 50, 100 years from now. It ain't going nowhere. So that's the piece that's crazy is that, and remember I told you that about Bronny. I felt like Bronny needed to stay another year or two. I don't think he should have came out after his freshman year.
When that first happened and we talked about this and I was like, he's
having the wrong people
and seeing where he can go in a transfer portal and hearing what he's going to hear from the draft people and he'll make a decision from there.
Horrible decision.
To me it wasn't, because you got a contract and you got got finagled into it. Nepotism. It don't matter how it happened, it happened.
Nepotism.
It don't matter how it happened.
I will say that is the only, I don't critique LeBron as far as a father, because from what we've seen, he's amazing, an amazing father from what we've seen. Mm-hmm. I've also heard in interviews and he talked about, being who he is, and that took away from him being at home and being a father. Mm-hmm. I heard Kobe say the same thing, because in Jordan, we definitely saw that with Jordan and his relationship with his kids early on, because to be of a certain level, the dedication, the being in the gym, all of that, that's the only thing I would critique that man on as being a father, is like, I just feel like he did not tell his son, like, I don't know. To me, I would have told my son, like, nah, bro, stay in college. I think you need to stay. I think let's look at the transfer portal. Let's find a better situation. But even with that, USC still, I think, was a good situation for him, especially with Elijah coming in and some of the other freshmen. That was still a good situation for him to stay in. He would have had to wait. I forgot. He's in year 2. Elijah's a freshman.
If you remember the graphic, he was supposedly going to go to Duke. Look at that Duke team that's playing right now.
He wouldn't have started on Duke. And I like Bronny.
That's what I'm saying.
Bronny wouldn't have started on Duke.
That's what I'm saying.
He's the same as the Boozer twin, the shorter one, the one that's the point guard. And he wouldn't have started over him. He ain't starting. That's Kate. Yeah, that's Cameron. Yeah.
So but the thing is like, he would have been in the same position if he would have stayed at USC or if he would have went to Duke. He would have had.
Probably would have had He would have had a better chance starting at USC, like keeping his starting role at USC, compared to like leaving USC, going to Duke, and then you're sitting behind all those. That's why Flag just was like, yeah, there's no point for me to stay. Him and
Flag was one of those. Flag was that once in every 5 to 8 to 10 year or whatever guy that could have went from high school to the NBA. Zion was another one. I can't remember the last one before that, but it's like it's very few and far in between that I see these guys. I'll put it to you like this. You know who else could have done it? Caden Boozer could have done it.
He could have.
He wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have been this good on the NBA level with what he's doing at Duke. But I think over time, had he gone from high school to the NBA, over time he would have built himself into a decent player. And that's the same kind of projection that LeBron saw in Bronny, because he's like, okay, you may not be ready, but I think over time you can build yourself into a decent player. Because to me, what I saw from him, and I always saw, was like, he's like Patrick Beverly. He's gonna be that 6'1", 6'2" dog on defense that can give you.
What did I tell you? He's Pat Bev. He's
outside shooting on offense.
He's what's his name that was with Toronto? I be drawing blanks, bro. I hate this. That was with Toronto and he with Philly right now.
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry.
Yes.
Also Aaron Gordon. Eric Gordon, sorry.
Eric
like
Gordon.
that type of guard. That's exactly his build. Which is not, he's gonna be a journeyman because he I mean, the Lakers will keep him as long as they keep him, and then he's gonna bounce around the league. Because he's so undersized for his position at shooting guard. But he does shoot the ball well.
You know what I love is a nice give and go or a nice pick and roll when that shit works out. And I just saw Jalen Johnson and Dyson Daniels, I mean, just like perfectly. And the Bucks had everybody collapse on it and everything. Daniels just made a nice play on the ball and laid it up perfect. It wasn't shit Milwaukee else could have done with that unless they somehow miraculously jumped up and blocked. But like, I just love when a good give and go like that works out.
Yeah,
but no, like,
right there.
Yeah, it's like certain times you'll see certain players and they'll develop and things like that. But what we need, what I've long ago did with the NBA draft is I'm not even looking for who could possibly be rookie of the year or whatever. I'm looking to see what can this guy look like 2 or 3 years down the line. And that's how I started looking at the NBA draft. Even the guys like number 1, 2, 3, 4 overall, I'm still 2-3 years down the line, what can you be? Because I don't see it in a lot of these guys that they have it in them. And a lot of the times the guys that end up being the stars out of that rookie class is guys that go to a perfect situation and are allowed to flourish. Perfect example, VJ Edgecombe. He was what, number 3, 4 overall?
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna be rookie of the year if he keeps balling the way he's balling.
Oh yeah,
he could be. He's one of the candidates, I'll say. I mean, yeah, he was a high draft pick, and he's one of those guys. But he went to a perfect situation, and it's not a lot of times that the guys at the top of the draft go to the best situation to allow them to flourish, because they go into the shittiest team. So it's when you get the perfect matchup of a team that's on the rise and that's coming up, or that maybe had a bad year and ended up with a top lottery pick for whatever reason. This is the reason why I feel like Kuminga, the whole thing with him and the Warriors wasn't going to work out, because he wasn't the type of talent that they needed at that time.
Yeah.
Kuminga is the kind of guy, if the Warriors would have drafted, if he was a rookie this year, it would have been much better for him, because you're now at the Clay's already gone. Draymond and Steph are at the end of their rope. Like it's like, let's just see how much more we can get out of Steph, because we see Draymond ain't got too much left.
Don't.
And it's like now he would have been in a prime position to say, okay, we can allow you to grow and develop at a slower pace. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, now what's crazy is I keep forgetting when I keep looking at these standings and stuff. The women's game, they're pretty much done with their season. I want to say it's like conference tournament stuff. I can't remember.
I think they're about to get into it. Women's NCAA basketball. Here we go.
Yeah, they're
Standing.
about to get into the conference. Yeah, conference tournament tomorrow.
Oh,
No, today. Arkansas and Kentucky played.
are we already? Are they at the?
Yeah, today was the first day. Looked like. Yeah, today was the first day of conference tournament.
Yeah, they're pretty much like you said, locked up. Like,
It,
oh
it
yeah,
threw me off because it was only that one game on the schedule for today. So when I looked at it earlier, I didn't even pay attention that it was a conference tournament game. I thought it was just like a leftover regular season game, and so I wasn't paying it. But no, today was actually the first day of the conference tournament.
UConn finishing the season undefeated, crazy, 31 straight. UCLA finishing, what is that, 28-1. South Carolina 29-2. Texas Vanderbilt 28-3, 27-3.
Mm-hmm.
LSU 26-4. Solid season from them this year.
Yeah, I still think on that side,
I think it's UConn's to lose.
it's UConn to lose. Yeah, but like if okay, if we was to say okay, anybody but UConn, contenders outside of UConn.
Texas. I really like the way Texas has been playing. Like they women's team. UCLA has some dogs though. UCLA, I like a lot that UCLA has. And South Carolina, they're always going to be there. That's the one thing I realized with them. When people think Dawn not going to have a good team, she shows them something different.
Yep.
Every year. When she loses players, when players leave for the draft, like graduate, all of that, and people are like, what is she going to do? She show them. She show them exactly what she going to do. They finished third, 29-2, first in the SEC. They're there every year. So,
hey, if I'm picking dark horses outside of the norm or whatever, I can't really say LSU because they're a higher profile team, but I will start with Oklahoma because I like Leah Chavez, that freshman.
I was thinking them. I really was. I do too. She's really good.
Leah Chavez, TCU.
I was looking at them.
Miles down there.
I know Iowa State isn't ranked, but Iowa State is still going to be on.
Bruh.
Listen, as long as they make the tournament, they
come
are
on, man. Because
they make that tournament.
Because listen, who gonna guard Audi Crook? If they really just like feed her the ball.
Listen, that's my dark horse if they make the tournament.
Bruh, if they get that inside out game working,
top 25 or not, like that's my dark horse.
It's curtain. It's curtain. It's curtain.
So
because the women's game is so like old school and pure.
Yeah.
To where
it's more fundamentals.
You can have a player like an Audi Crooks who's an old school, like I'm just gonna body you and go up with the ball, and ain't shit you can do about it type of player. And having a low post presence really still means something because that inside out game still is very, very effective.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Don't believe me? Talk to some of these people who played with some of these big that's like 6'4", 6'3", 6'5", and up that can actually pass the ball out of a double team or pass the ball back out from the low post when they
Yep.
open. Like, what? Man, in the women's game too, especially,
And
they
her
get
footwork,
impact on some of them quick.
I say it all the time. Her footwork, because footwork is something it can be taught, but I can tell like she's worked that footwork piece in the women's game is so key when you're down low. Because
Bro,
while people talk about Angel
value,
and her
value.
having double doubles on rebounds and missed shots, but it's
Mhm.
the footwork that gets her to the cup. She may not make it.
Man, let's talk about it. Let's
She might
talk
miss the
about
layup.
it. Let's
Hey,
talk.
I was watching Unraveled the other night with my little cousin, and like we were counting how many times she was missing, and it was just like her footwork so crazy because she gonna get there, and
Yeah,
then she gonna do some crazy layup, or she just gonna do something, and it's just like, bro, you
yeah.
could have just went straight up. Like
Say,
I don't
man,
understand why you doing all that.
leave my girl alone.
She
Like,
be hooping though. She be out there. She
she
be
be, yeah.
she do
Like,
something.
that's why I keep saying, man. Like, okay, perfect example of an NBA comparison that I've always thought could have been way better than what of a career he had he developed his offensive game. The Dwight Howard. You see, you can see her working on parts of her game to develop her game to try to
Yeah,
get better because you see, like, yes, I'm this defensive player, I'm this rebounder,
she's
whatever,
developing
whatever.
a shot that she never had.
Right. I need to develop these parts of my game in order to take it to the next level. And you can see her actively working on it because you see the change. Bro, if you look at footage of Dwight Howard, his first 3 years in the league, and like his last like 5 or so years in the league, like there was really no change. He didn't grow. He didn't do anything.
He wanted to be Shaq.
And it was like he couldn't because when you look at Shaq, yes, Shaq was this humongous, dominant, like force of a nature of a person. But that little jump hook, that little baby hook, that little turnaround, one hand shot put little shot, it takes touch to make them kind of shots too.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be 360, 70, 80 pounds and 7'1" and think you can just dunk on people every single time. Like, and Shaq could really always shoot free throws for whatever reason. Psychologically, I think it was between his ears why he kept missing. Yeah, yeah, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. And it,
Yeah, I
I
believe he
don't
did.
I don't think he like I don't think he blew it off per se. I don't think he really took it as serious is what I think is what how that went. I don't know. Maybe you remember better than I thought that he took his help, but he didn't like take it serious and like really apply anything. I don't know. Maybe you because you would know you would probably remember better than I would. But I know exactly what he's talking about. Oh, see, that's okay. Yeah, that's what it was. Wasn't willing to put in the work. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That
and I believe he said that.
I remember now.
That was his.
Yeah, he owned he. I think Dwight just owned up to all of that like recently. Am I not
Yeah,
mistaken? He
I
like
believe so.
just recently owned up to all of that, knowing that he could have been better and he just didn't put in the work. So I mean, it's wild, man. But like, you can see like when guys like perfect example. I'm watching Giannis still like going out there playing hard. They down by 16 with less than 4 minutes left, and he's still out there hooping. Like when I see dudes doing stuff like that, and I see growth that Giannis has had from the beginning of his career till now, and Giannis still has a few good years left in him if he can stay healthy. Like that dude has really improved his game, and now he's starting to work on his outside shot. If Giannis can develop a jumper or a three or some sort of outside shot, jump shot, whatever,
Let me ask you a question. Where is Giannis ranked power forwards all time right now?
all time,
Right now, because I heard a conversation earlier, and
I'm gonna
where
say
the person who was having it, where they had him ranked, and they explained why they have him ranked there. I understand it. I'm gonna tell
I'm gonna
you who it
say
was and what he said,
I'm gonna
but I
say
want to hear
I'm
what
gonna
you
say
said.
he's top 10 for sure. I'm gonna say
Okay,
top 10. I'm
so
gonna say
that's a
top 10 somewhere, but I'm talking like between 7 and 10.
ooh. See, that's the polar opposite of what. So it was Jeff Teague, and Teague said two, but he explained why he said that though. He used so Timmy's one,
Okay,
and he said for him, Giannis and then Dirk, then KG, and then Barkley. And it was more or less because of KG got the championships, but he didn't get like the finals MVPs and the league MVPs and all of that. Same thing with Dirk. And then he said Giannis has more accomplishments as of right now than they do, and he's still not done. So when he
okay.
said it, it made sense. When he broke it down, it definitely made sense. I mean, all of them are over Barkley. As power forwards, come in and start doing more, he starts sliding out anyway. But and so does Malone. As good as Malone was, he's in that 6 through 10 now. Just because like over time. But
The crazy thing
I
about it is,
understood why he
bruh,
put Giannis at two once he broke it down.
yeah, the crazy thing about it is though, like Karl Malone held that spot on the all-time scoring list for that long for a reason.
Yeah.
And
And it's
this
so
dude
crazy
did
that
it over a long period of time. And one thing, the one thing that I give him credit for over his career, and you can look, he's one of those other players where like you can look at his numbers and the proof is in the pudding. Karl
mhm,
Malone was a shitty free throw shooter when he first got into the league. Karl Malone ended his career shooting like damn near like 80% or 85% or whatever
yeah,
from the line. And one of his best shots was that little elbow jumper on that
it
pick
sure
and
was.
pop.
People don't
I
get
mean,
Malone. It's so crazy when people start talking about that all-time power forward list. Malone is actually a name that you don't hear, which is crazy.
bruh,
It
he
depends on the age group that you're talking to,
no, like
but even in our age group, I realize people mention Dirk. It's like
yeah,
there's Timmy, and Timmy's the bar.
yes,
And it's Dirk. You putting
yes.
Giannis in there now. You're talking KG. You're talking Barkley. And
Hey, bruh,
Barkley's in that same era, but no, people stop mentioning Malone. And maybe it's because of he's the nasty man. Maybe that's why.
I mean that might have something to
But
do, but like as far as what goes on in that 94 by 53, I
he was, yeah,
I gotta give it to him. And it's like I've seen all these different eras and stuff like that, and I used to love to go back and watch the old stuff that like happened before I was
I
even
do.
born and stuff.
If there's
Like,
video of it, I like more. I
yeah,
wish there was more video of Bill Russell and like Wilt Chamberlain and stuff that we could
mhm,
watch. Like I
bro,
enjoy the little video we do have of them. I enjoy with Bill Russell. It ain't too much. It's
bro.
like any video that it is like, but
I had it where I would go back and like read
Dr.
old
J,
stuff.
Mo
I would have to
Malone.
go back and read more. I've read more stuff about the old days than I did watch video. Like now, it's easy to watch video. within the last 20 or so years. It's easy to watch video of everything.
You can easily watch Jordan
Right.
entire career. You know what I mean? Like,
But like back then, I would go through like the sports almanacs and stuff like that, and they would have like the game by game breakdowns of the games or different like newspapers. Like I would have to go back and read all that kind of stuff to learn about more in depth about these older players and what they did in their eras and stuff like that. So it's a lot of work, man. Like people think like because I'm not gonna talk about it too much or whatever with no, like I just know like the level of my nerddom and yours ain't the same because I know what I've done to do my research.
and that's why when you have the greatest of all time talk, I hate it sometimes only because, or that top whatever top 10 list all time is weird because for me, I have to break it down by position. I can't do like just a because it's hard. It's very hard to do just a solid top 10 of all time list. I feel like you have to break it down position. Top 10 point guards, top 10 shooting guards, top 10 small forwards, power forwards. Power forwards and centers are usually in a conversation of their own just because of how that position always was played. So that's in a different conversation all to itself. But we're also getting to that age and point of and getting so far removed from the 60s and 70s that I feel like when you're doing these lists, those guys from that era are pioneers now.
Mm-hmm.
Like they've transcended being a GOAT in a sense. Like a Bill Russell, he is the GOAT, but he's also the pioneer. You know what I mean? Like the Wilt Chamberlains, the even Magic in them. At some point, probably in the next 10 to 20 years, Jordan also now, because we're getting so far removed from it, is going to move into that pioneer tier also, just because, again, time as it passes. He's still the GOAT. Now he's the GOAT of NASCAR. We can talk about that for a brief second. 3 races in a row, 77 years. Hey, my dog Tyler is hooping right now, man. Me and Breeze text like every day about this. Man, my man and Bubba, for them, I can't even talk straight. They are 1 and 2 in the current standings. Tyler's won the first 3 races of the season, which has never happened from any driver in 77 years. No team has started 1 and 2 the way they have. And I can't say it's a black team, but you have a little white driver, you have a black driver, and they are 1 and 2. You have an owner that's black. Denny Hamlin is a part owner. Also, I was watching something earlier, and they were saying that when Jordan and Denny got together, people knew at that point it was dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're years later, and we're seeing how dangerous it was. They picked the correct 2 drivers, and the rest of the season is going to be fun because I got Tyler winning this weekend too in Phoenix. So it's going, man. Shout out to Team Jordan though, man. Like for him, he's synonymous with 3-peats, clearly.
Yeah.
You can't get away from it.
Hey man, shout out to black people in NASCAR right now.
Hey, the first female pit crew member. I saw that the other day.
Daniel.
So I'll say for me, since Bree's not here to like really talk about it either, but like once you go to races, you find out there's a lot more of us that like not just on the I'll say from the fan side first, there's so many of us at the races. People don't be realizing how much color is really at the race. Now it also depends on what city they're in. Certain cities are still going to be exactly what they're supposed to be, predominantly of the other color. But then when you look at the crew side of it, there are some teams that are predominantly black. Their pit crews, the truck races, the Xfinity series, I enjoy it because it's just a good time. I love the cars, thunder, all of that. But to really walk around the track sometimes and see so many of us there enjoying it and being fans of a sport that was never for us ever. That's one sport that was purely never for us, and for us to break into it the way we have is amazing. So I love to watch it. I love to see it. It's great.
Hell yeah. This shit is dope, bro. That shit is real dope. But shit. This has been episode 111. Lord have mercy. It's been a lot of episodes.
111 of them. Damn.
Like I told y'all in the beginning, we're gonna keep y'all posted on changes and everything. I don't know.
Of course. Follow the pages.
Yeah, just follow the pages.
We got to get better on the Instagram, man. We won't be posting at all. I couldn't tell you the last time we made an Instagram post, but we're gonna get better with that.
I know I got it. It's on.
I got it too. It's right on my phone, and I just don't
Yeah.
post at all. I'm horrible. So, but yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot. NFL updates starting next week is gonna go crazy. NBA season's winding down. We got NCAA March Madness coming up. Selection Sunday soon. I believe next Sunday or this Sunday. With the women's tournament starting this week, it should be this weekend.
I can't remember. I'll have to.
It's usually the first weekend of March, but
if it's this weekend, it may. If it's not this weekend, it's next weekend. I think
yeah,
because they still have a couple of regular season games left. I'm not.
And then the men's tournament, so
right.
With a conference tournament, so
right.
The
women's they got theirs started this week, but I think the men's is gonna be next.
Yeah, because usually the women's selection Sunday is Saturday. Well, theirs is usually like Saturday, and then the men's is on Sunday or something.
It's like Sunday, Monday, or something like that. It's either Saturday, Sunday, or Sunday, Monday. It's something. Is they both like? It's one is one day and the one is the next day. Basically.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna keep you updated on any and everything, because when it comes across our screen, we're gonna make sure it comes across yours. So.
Yep. But we out of here because 5:30 in the morning comes quick.
Hey man, very quick. Even on East Coast time, it comes very fast.
Bam.
Man.
I'll let y'all.